Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing this makeup look right here, which I seen on Instagram, but it's nice and dark and sultry. You've got the rhinestones in there, but if you want to see how to do this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so here's the inspiration photo for today. I saw this on Instagram, but I seen it on like a repost page, so I don't know who actually is the creator of this look because I didn't tag it. It's like a really nice warm brown smoky eye. It seems to be completely matte. There's like a nude waterline, but you can see the rhinestones kind of lining the eyes and it just looks so stunning. So we're going to try this out. And I'm just priming with my Fenty Beauty Eye Primer, and I like to just blend that in with my finger. For the eyeshadows, I'm going to dip into my Anastasia Soft Glam. This kind of just has everything that I need in it, but you can use any warm browns and black for this look. I'm going to start out with the shade Orange Soda. So with this, I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to start buffing that into my crease. I'm starting out with a little bit of product and I'm going to build it up. So now that I've layered that up a few times, you can see it's a little bit easier to blend and it's not wanting to stick to that base. But I'm just applying that all into the crease and blending up into the kind of brow area just because I have a lot of space up there. Next, I'm going to take the shade Burnt Orange. Now with a little bit of a smaller fluffy brush, I'm going to put this a little bit more directly into the crease. And I'm just doing back and forth motions. This will blend really easily since we already laid down that previous color. I'm also going to start working that into that outer corner. And then once most of the product is off my brush, I'm going to start fading up into the Orange Soda shade. Next, I'm going to take the shade Rustic. It kind of looks like she has a cooler matte brown on her lid. So I'm taking this shade with a fluffy brush. I'm just going to kind of dust it on there. Yeah, I think that's good. And I'm just going to blend that up into the crease just so it's more of a seamless blend. Now I'm going to take the shade Sienna and I'm going to put this color on the outer corner. So you can see I'm tapping first just to kind of place it where I want it. And then I'm going to go in and start to blend out those edges. I'm also going to blend this out pretty far out here because we want our upper lid area to kind of connect with the lower lash line area. So I'm going in with that first brush that we use and I'm going to blend everything out and start to diffuse towards my temple. Now I'm taking the shade Cypress Umber and I'm going to pack that on that very outer corner. This isn't going to go as high up or as far out. I haven't done my concealer, so I'm not worried about fallout. And I wiped off one of my brushes that I used a minute ago and I'm going to start to diffuse those edges. I'm going in with that brush to flick it out towards my temple. Now I'm taking the shade Noir. Okay, and this I want to be very careful with. So I'm going to pat this along the outer half of the lower lash line. I'm just building that up to get it nice and pigmented. I'm going to put it on that very outer corner. I'm just kind of blending along the lash line. I'm just patting to blend with the shades on the lid. I want that to be a little bit more opaque, so I'm going in with a really small flat brush versus a pencil brush. Oh yeah, that's working a little bit better. And then on the outer corner, I'm just going to kind of look up a little bit and see where that's sitting. My eyes are open. The closer it gets to that inner corner, I don't want it to be as high up on that lash line. I want it to be nice and close to it. Now that I have that kind of up into my crease, I'm just going in with this E45 brush that I used earlier. I just wiped it off. I'm going to start to very, very slowly blend that out. I just applied my concealer. Now I'm taking the shade Burnt Orange and I'm just running that along the lower lash line, making sure to connect it on this outer part right here. I still want this to be smoky, but I don't want it as smoky as I typically do. So I just wiped off that brush and now I'm taking the shade Rustic and I'm doing the same thing. I'm just going over that shade and this is going to be a little bit closer to the lash line and I'm making sure to connect it right out there. And now with that small shader brush from earlier and the shade Noir, I'm going to run that right at my lash line, really focusing on this outer corner and connecting it. It's going to look pretty heavy right now, but once we kind of remove some of it and place the gems down, it won't be as intense. I'm not going all the way to this inner corner because I'm going to do like a little inner corner point. I want this to be really dark and black though. And now I'm just going back in with that pencil brush with no additional product and I'm going to diffuse those edges out. And then I'm going to kind of blend everything overall just to make sure it's nice and seamless. Okay, now with a Sigma E06 brush and that Cypress Umber shade, I'm going to kind of create a little point right here. With that little shading brush that we've been using, I'm taking some of the Burnt Orange. I'm going to kind of blend that down. I like that. Now I have a pointed Q-tip with a little bit of water on it. I'm going to remove some of this eyeshadow. I'm not using straight remover because I don't want to completely remove it. I'm just going to kind of do this until I get it how I want. This is kind of allowing me to figure out where I want it without going straight in with remover, because the remover, it's going to remove it fast, as opposed to this. I have a little bit of playtime on how I want it. Yeah, so now I'm going to get some micellar water and remove it. Okay, so now with a tiny little concealer brush and some micellar water, I'm just going to remove that. I'm sorry if I was not in frame for that. that. Okay, so here's what we're working with right now. I'm not going to put any concealer or anything right there just because in the photo it doesn't look like the base is super bright. It kind of just looks like her skin tone. So I'm fine with this. We're going to go in and do the rhinestones, and that's really going to make this look pop. And I'm just going to be using these little rhinestones that I got from, I don't know, probably like Hobby Lobby. I just looked at the photo again and it looks like this spot right here is a lot brighter. So I'm taking my NYX Jumbo pencil in the shade Milk, just kind of going along that line. Yeah, just to really brighten that up. I'm also going to go ahead and do that nude liner. This is the Tarte Fake Awake. Okay, all of her rhinestones seem to be about the same size. So I'm going to take some lash glue and do a dot right here, and a dot right here. Now I'm just going in with my little rhinestone tool. I'm going to start placing them. Okay, so that's the inner corner. But this part right here, it almost looks like there's one down and up and down. It's kind of like alternating the placement. I'll put one up here. So I ended up only doing 4 on this. I feel like that looks good. I'm going to do mascara, lashes, and I will show you the completed look. And here is that entire look completed. I honestly think that the lashes kind of tied everything together. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one.